Hi everybody, it's Julie. Welcome to the Messy Desk. Today we are going to take some of the large tag pages from the Roses and Antique Ledgers and Roses and Ledgers digital kit, and we are going to turn them into a variety of things. I just wanted to show you. I chose not to just make tags and have them separated and you cut them out. I did these large tags, and then there's several things that you can do with them. So we're going to take, the first thing is you can go ahead and if your paper doesn't do borderless, go ahead and cut this off. And then we can go ahead and fold this. Okay, so I'm going to fold this one over. I'm going to line it up with, okay, so I've lined it up with the edge, and it didn't come out straight. You want it to be straight. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to come over and we're going to do this one also. On this one, I'm going to go a little bit. If it's going to be to the outside of one side, it's going to be to the outside of this top piece. Okay. And line that up and fold that. Okay. Now, what we have here is we have a trifold piece that we can put into a journal. So I am on this one. What I usually do is I usually rip it. But I think we'll go ahead and we'll just cut it. Actually, no, let's turn this into a little border tuck. That way we don't waste any paper and I don't have another piece of paper on my desk. Okay, so there we have a trifold little piece. Now this can go into the journal as a page. And so you put it in, and this would be where your binding would go. And as you're going through the journal, you'd flip here, and flip, 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 and then you get to this one, and you can flip out and then close it. Okay, so that is one of the ways to use it, and that is right there is why one of the main reasons that I put these together like this, because this gave us a page to use in our 8.5 by 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 journals that we were making, especially for list journals. So, so that's one. Okay, obviously, okay, so my printer does not always like it when it's printing out cardstock. So just, yeah, so it moved it over, so, but it's okay. I can still use it. So for large tags, actual large tags, I do want to get rid of this border. Okay. So I'm going to take, well, the one thing is I don't have to take the 4th border off. I only have to take off 3 because okay, so now I have this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, so you can just cut 3 tags just like this, okay? I'm only going to cut 1 this time, but you could cut all 3 and you'd have 3 large tags. Okay, now if you're doing just a regular 9x6 journal, this tag is probably too big. So what I would do is go ahead and flip this up, and then you can either glue down the pocket or you can use some washi tape or maybe a couple pieces of branding strip, and that's what we're going to do here. Got this pretty purple and it has a gold edge. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. Okay. And then I'm going to put glue on here. And I'm using my Tombow Mono liquid glue. If I can, wow, just during lunch, it had already closed up. Okay. There we go. I see the bubble. That's how you know that it's actually working. You see the bubble moving. Okay, so you can go ahead and I want the gold side on the front side. Okay, so you just see a hint of the gold from the edge of that branding strip. But by doing it like this, you're giving yourself more room in that pocket. More room in a pocket is a good thing, right? So are you enjoying this challenge? I see people out there finishing it or almost finishing it and going, are you sure there's not more? Nope, there's not more. And so there you go. Okay. Now you see we have a little thing. We have these are coming across. And we can just go ahead and snip it on either side so that we get that the full use of that pocket. Okay. Okay, so now we have a pocket and we have the full use of the pocket, side to side, full use, and we'll be able to put a larger something in here. Okay, so there's that. And then, you know, just good old-fashioned, you can go ahead and do this. Make it look like an actual tag. We're gonna mostly do bases here today. Just give you an idea, because I think showing you the bases of how to go about using these. Olive just came in. Why don't you come over here and lay down with me? Come on. Or not. Okay, so then we have our hole up here, and we'll be able to add our reinforcer if we wanted to. And we are using white in the journal that I'm working on, so we can do this. Just adding white reinforcers. And there I have a big, beautiful, wonderful tag. It can continue to be decorated using, I did cut out some of my stamps, so we could put like a stamp on here, some lace or something. I think this is going to be really, really fun. I'm actually saving these because I'll use those. I have an idea for them. Okay, so there is a large tag. And of course, you could just use it as a tag without folding it up. But I wanted to show you the option of using the, the branding strips, because that is one of the things that we have hanging around and might want to use. So, so we have this one here also out of cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. Okay, so folding it over, now we have a little booklet. Okay, so we could round the corners, round, 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 and make it into a booklet. Now, this could be a cover for a journal. The pages would be a little small. A little smaller than your 4.5 inches. But if you were doing like a true list journal, like I do when I'm doing the VIP and I list your name and then I check off when I've invited you and I circle it when you are in the group. And so I could have a journal or something like that that's just this big. I'm thinking about putting something like this together to put in my purse to keep track of my inks, because I accidentally, as you saw in the last haul video, I accidentally bought 2 of the same, like this color, velvet something, ink pad. So, yeah, so you can go ahead, fold it in half and do that. For a tag, again, for like a 9x6 journal, I probably am going to want it to be a little shorter. And so on this one, I would probably take a little off the top, a little off the bottom. Okay, a little off the top, a little off the bottom. I'm going to come in and I'm going to make this a double tag. Okay. So no fancy tools right here. And this you could do with any hole punch. I'm going to use my crocodile again, but you could use any hole punch for this. Okay. You could go ahead and flip this up and have a pocket in the bottom on the inside, which I'm actually going to do. And that's because too tall of a tag is going to be a pain. Now, because I don't want to have this keep trying to open, I'm going to go ahead and do, I call it the peachy cut. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go in and I'm going to go in. Okay. I think that on this one, you know what? We can still go ahead and see, what do I have over here? What are you doing, puppy? What are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of these. Okay, so one for each side. Okay, so these, pretend that those got put on there. Now, I have a tag that opens and it's got pockets inside, okay? So I'm going to want to do something up here. I've been using the Dollar Tree. Oh boy, where's my vine? Oh, vine. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so I want to use a little bit of this. We'll just cut it here. Well, I don't want to double cut it. Okay. So we're going to put a piece of vine and go through. Okay. I did that. I went through the wrong way, guys, but that's okay. Okay, so let's go through one more. I'm going to pull that leaf through, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Okay. So we'll have a little tag topper here of vine and lace. And I did refill my tiny attacher. Okay, and then we're going to do it again, okay? And so this time, let's go ahead and put it in this direction. Okay. Going in this direction works much better. And we'll flip this front one up like that. Okay. So we'll have double tag topper on the top. Okay. Guess we have to add a third one I missed somehow. Okay, so that is another tag base. So out of one of the large tag pages, we got this large tag, and we will have this little piece here. Let's go ahead and we'll just paper clip these onto the edge, and I'll come back and do those. Okay, so there's that, and we showed you the page. Okay, so next I have another one, and this one, let's see, yeah, this one is cardstock also. Okay, so let's go ahead and again take the edge off. We'll take the edge off. Okay. Sorry, I would like to have the edges off before we start, but then you don't see, you know, mine is reality TV. The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, so let's come over here on this one. Okay, there we go on that one. And then we'll do these two also. Okay, so that is like 3 large tags. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can take something that is like round, okay, that is the same size or about the same size. You can go ahead and trace it and give yourself a rounded corner, and that is kind of turns out really cool. Okay, so here I have, okay, we're going to go ahead on this one. We're going to go ahead and push this up. Okay, and then we're going to come and pull this down. It doesn't need to come all the way down. And so here you're going to have a couple of choices. Okay, you can go ahead and turn this into a matchbook style little booklet where you would put your papers and things in here. You could add a couple, like another couple of pockets in here. That's too big, but let's see if we can. Okay, so we could put another pocket behind this and make it like a slit pocket that would hold. Can't find anything that's the size that I want. Okay, so it would hold something like this, and then maybe the top pocket would hold one of the small tags. Might have to cut it down a little bit, but you could do something like that. So it could be a little insert. It could also go in the other direction. Okay, because these roses are pointing up. If it was my mom, you could have the roses pointing down and it would be just fine. Oh, I miss her. I miss her. Okay, so or it could be a flip up or a flip up, flip down, but a flip up, and then you can put this in as a pocket going in this direction or a pocket going in this direction. There are so many things that you can do with this. I think I want to go ahead and turn this into a double pocket. So I'm using, I have a piece from the from one of the small tags, okay? And if I just go ahead and cut it before, okay? And you see it's not going all the way down to the bottom. I'm okay with that because I'm going to put something longer in there. They're just going to share the bottom part of the pocket, okay? So pull this over, get ready. We're going to go down just a little bit below where this bottom pocket is. Put this in. Put this up. Okay, so now, and you could do the hinged pocket like we did. That wouldn't be a hinge. What would you call that? Where you went over the side. Okay, but here you have less bulk by doing your pocket like this, and you've covered up some of the plain space. Okay, and then you can come in and add your little dilly bobbers in there. Okay, and the one other thing is if you're doing one like this, you might want a little closure on it. I have this little heart that's been sitting on the, I'm just trying to use the things that are hanging around. Okay. Okay, because remember, you need to make 3 embellishments that are made using the large tags. So after I show you these, we will make 3 that have the 4 things happening to them. Okay, so there's that. And there's that. That one's got 3 right there. 3 things. Okay. Okie dokie. We're going to put that up with the other. We're going to put these aside for right now and move on to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and on this one, I want to fold this in. Okay. I'm going to fold this in. I'm going to come over and fold this side in also. Okay, so those 2 are folded in. Then this one I'm going to go ahead and fold up. And you can have these folds be bigger also. Okay. Okay, so we could close that up and have that be a pocket just like that. But I'm going to do... You know what? Let's use a book page. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this book page right here. I'm going to fold it like this. Come and fold it like this. Okay. And, okay, so I'm going to cut the side. And I'm going to come in on the inside of the fold that I made. Okay. Then up here, I just need to cut this off. It needs to be, you know, 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch from the top of it. I just want to make the top of this a little more sturdy. So I'm going to put some glue on this, fold it over, glue it down. Okay. Then I'm going to take this page. Okay. And I am going to let's put our glue on our paper, okay? We're going to put our glue on our paper. This is the folded side, and it's going to the back, okay? Folded side is going to the back. Okay, and then we're going to put glue on our paper again on the edge of it. Glue on our paper. And I'm going to put glue across the bottom. And I'm going to fold that up. Okay, so I'm using a page of large tags here. So this is the front of my pocket. Okay, this is the front. This is the back. I now have two little spots for things inside of it. I want to come up a little bit so that I can get in there. Okay, and I'm going to fold this over. Okay. Then, so this is what I have. I have this pretty pocket. Now, we are going to go ahead and we are going to fussy cut this, okay? So we need to start up here at this corner. And then I'm going to come around this decoration. And I didn't fussy cut it ahead of time because I didn't know exactly where it was going to fall. And I'm going to make what looks like a little pocketbook envelope. But you've seen the pretty envelopes that sometimes will have the flap will be pretty like this. And I just thought it would be fun to have a pretty flap. Okay, and we happen to have one of our tag sets that works perfect for this. Okay, so I could have cut this particular piece of the pocket off. Okay. I should have had it come down and then in. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I do want to get rid of that. Okay, so this could have like ephemera. It could be the extra thing that you give with the journal that holds the extra ephemera in it. And, you could go with this idea for an actual journal. Okay, so if we didn't put this inside of this and this was the hardcover, you could go ahead and fold this and then cut this and fold it over, and this could be your closure. You could even have a little gusset over here so that it would be like this and would hold it over. If you were going to do that, of course, you want to be on cardstock and probably even have it doubled. But there you go for a little ephemera holder. Okay. There you go. Okay, so that gives you another way of using them. And okay, so I'm trying to remember what all we did when I was coming up with ideas. of course, you can also put these in the journal as pages and little flips like this. And you can always fussy cut and tear and rip them up to be other things. Okay. My nose is... Okay, so if this was going to be like a little flip inside the journal, you probably want to go ahead and clean up the edge. Okay, and you can go ahead and make them look like tags. And then you'll have a little flippy page in your journal. All these from, basically so far, all of this has been made from one file. Okay, so this can go in your journal. You're flipping through and you'll have another little fun little page. Or of course that could have been a pocket. If we'd have left it together, it could have been a pocket. Lots of fun things to do there. You can just take the 2 pages and not do a flip at all. Okay, and you can, a lot of the times I will rip those. There you go. And you can put it in a journal just like that. Now, putting it in a journal, it could also... Do I have a side by something? Okay, this is going to be the cover of the next journal. But in the journal, it can be a page. You're like going through, and it could be a page, but it can also be a pocket. And you can strengthen the top, of course, with a branding strip. Okay, so just strengthening the top with a branding strip, and it can go on the inside or the outside. And so they're just another way, and you've added 2, you could add 2 big pockets. They can also come in from the, now remember this is bigger because it's the cover, but they can also come in from the side like this, and you can put one down as a pocket and then turn it and still have a flip on the other one. Okay, and then you can put a flip-flop inside there, or on the pocket one you could have a second pocket. Or a pocket down here. So lots and lots of things that you can do with these. Let's go ahead and add a couple things to the other ones that we have here. We need 3 with 4 things happening to them. Okay, so our this was almost done. So we've got the base is 1. This 2, this is 3, and we can just add, oh, it's going under the heart. Oh, I'm going to put that right there. I've been liking putting these on the bottoms of things. Oh yeah, my glue fell off the table, but it fell in the drawer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on and let it jump up. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, and then bring it around, and what I meant is wrap around. No waste. Wrap around, no waste. Okay, so that can go ahead and just fit like that. And this can either become a pocket in the journal, like that, or like that. but it also has storage. It has places for stuff. So, you know, like a little card. Okay, so there's one. And then this one has, these are added. It has the hole reinforcers. Again, a stamp would be really cute right here. What about this? Yeah, we can do a little cluster right here with our crossword puzzle, literally out of a crossword puzzle book. This is the solving part of the crossword puzzle book. The answers. Okay, the answers from a crossword puzzle book. You might have one of those hanging around at your house. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go up and off a little bit. And with all of these elements here, I don't need to count the hole reinforcer, which is good. Okay. So that'll give us a tag to go in, and then we can do something to the top of that. That's 2. And let's see. We can, you know what? Let's do our envelope. So we've added, we have 1, we have 2 things added. And for this one, I think we'll add a paper clip, okay? So I happen to have the stuff here because we're making paper clips as our paper clip bases as our Paper Crafty Prompt. So I've got a flinch card and I've folded it in half. And I've now put the paper clip on there. You know what? I think it needs a bigger one. Well, we're going to put this one on here for right now. I have a base from another journal that we were making. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better setup for it. Let's see if we can find some of. Okay, so these are some of the embellishment pieces that are left. They're all big. I need little embellishment pieces. Here they are. Maybe. Nope, more big. Oh, little. Those ones are mostly peach. I think if we do that, let's try that. And again, you don't always have to do things the way they are, because you see these are little boxes, but we're going to go ahead and rip this like that. Okay, then we can go ahead and put this down. So I think having a paper clip to hold this down is a good idea. And then we'll grab some of this lace, bring it over to this side. Need to put that down with our fabric tack. Nice little strip of fabric tack there. Put our lace down. Okay, I like that. I think we'll come over and grab from our curator. Look at this little Class C, and it's pink. I like it. We'll put that down. This one's Class C number 9. This one's Class C number 3. Okay. And then over here, there's a 346. I think we'll just do a little cluster over here on the edge with some lace and a 346. And I have that also. Okay, so we're going to do this little cluster over here. Put our lace down. Lace down, then our paper, and you see I've I didn't put them on there straight or even. I'm going to go ahead and go like that. So kind of in a stair step for this one. Okay, so if you have little ephemera and things, you can go ahead and anything that I'm doing, go ahead and do something the same or similar. Okay, so there. Now for this, we could have gone ahead and brought this in, kept the yellow rose, brought this in about here, and it would have made an easier, something easier to put in and out of a 9x6 journal. This is probably going to have to go like in the front pocket, I would think, or the back pocket of the journal, or, you know, it can sit over a page. Okay, it can sit over a page like that in the journal, which I think is probably my best bet. Okay, to put it in the journal over a page like that, and it is, but it's ephemera. There you go. Oh, I like it. Okay, so so we have our 4 items easily on here, plus we also made a paper clip, which I think the paper clip is going to be cool to be able to put this in the journal. Okay, and then we can go ahead and add, we could even fill that envelope up with things and put that in here, or we could just fill this with some extra ephemera pieces. Lots of things that we can do with that. Okay, so that gives us our 3 that have our 4 things done to them for the October challenge. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to clean this up. I'll be right back, and we're going to make our Paper Crafty Prompt. Okay, we're back, and we are ready for our number 7. It's Paperclip Base Day. Be creative. Okay, so we are making paperclip bases. You can use any type of paper clips for this. I'm probably going to stick to just your basic paper clip for the most part. We have our, of course, the ticket paper clip. I have cut some cardstock, and what I did was I went ahead and this is just if you're mass making, if you're making a lot of these, going in and figuring out your size and using your scoreboard. There we go. Okay, so I can go ahead and I marked that at 2 inches. That's a good length for me to use here. Okay, so breaking the paper a little bit is going to make it so that it'll stay down a little bit better. Okay, so then I'm going to come and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark this with my fingernail right at the edge. I'm going to come back, put my paper in, line it up with the line on my cutter, the fingernail mark, and we'll go ahead and cut that down. And I have the base. Okay, now I'm going to just go ahead and turn this so I can just go along and cut some pieces, 1.5 inches. If you have some ugly cardstock that you're not sure what to do with, you can go ahead and make bases with that. If you have a plain color that is going to go with a bunch of your upcoming pieces that you're making, I did just move it up to 1 7/8. Okay, and so that gave me a couple that are bigger, and then I can come in and go ahead and add the large end of the paper clip to the back, the small end to the front. And again, if you're mass making, you just do the same thing that you already did. Okay, so you have your pile of paper clips out, and you go ahead and get your stack ready. Okay, so I'm not going to do those this time because I want to make sure I have enough out for the next batch. Okay, so the next thing, after I've got them all set up, then I'll go ahead and I'll start adding my glue. So I have my glue out, and I'm going to go ahead and add glue around the paper clip and then around the piece. Okay, so around the outside. Okay, so that one's probably good. And then I'll come over and do the next one. Okay, so I'm going to have all these bases. I am going to go around. If I want to, I can go ahead and go around and cut the edges off, or if I'm going to wait till the end, depending on what I'm going to do to them. Okay. Okay, so we just mass maked a whole bunch of paper clip bases. Okay, so these are ready, and you'll be able to go ahead and bring in some little things and decorate them, but having the bases is awesome. Okay, so if you wanted to do a larger one, then you can go ahead and take your piece. Obviously, it's not going to fit that way, so it's going to have to go this way. And again, I'm going to put the larger side on that side. I'm going to go ahead and put glue around my paper clip because that's going to keep the paper clip where it's supposed to be. Then I'm going to go around my piece that I'm going to glue on. Okay. We missed some over here. And this is going to give me a longer one like the one that we just had on, or similar to the one we just had on the envelope. Okay. So this is one of the small tags from the digital kit, Roses and Ledger. Okay. And just like we did before, you want to, keep making sure that it's staying down. Move it over to the edge. Okay. And then while that one's drying, you can go ahead and come to the other end. Okay. Come to the other end. Large piece on the green side. Or actually, another thing that you can do is you can go ahead, put the large piece on the white side. Okay, large piece on the white side. We're going to go ahead and add glue onto the paper clip here. Not all the way up to the top, but around the hook of the paper clip. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around the outside and a little bit in the inside, just because that helps hold it. Okay, and then we can put it down with a little bit of a border, okay, on this green side. Okay, hold that up. Okay, so we've done two different ways of using this cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and cut all the way across because then I'll get a nice clean cut. Then we'll go ahead and cut this up. Okay, so there I have a pretty base of a paper clip, and it's a big one. Okay, then this one, go ahead and go across. This is just some random green cardstock that I had. Okay, so there's that. So you have those two different ways of using one of those small, it's actually the same card, it's just a little bit different. So using that same card in two different ways to make a paper clip. Okay, and those are paperclip bases. Okay, one of the other things that's really fun is we do have the, let's see if we can find the bigger ones that we cut. Okay. Okay, so we have these. The other, so you can do it so it's up and down, but you can also make it so that it's from the side. Okay, doesn't always have to be from the up and down point. Okay, so we'll go ahead and this is a larger base out of the green that we had cut. The green is a good color to have because you're going to be able to use that as a base for a lot of things. You've seen me use the tickets before, index cards to make bases. Of course, scrap paper is always a good base. Okay. And then I have this. Okay, so this is one of the ephemera pieces from the DearJulieJulie digital kit. We'll go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so you have the base, and then you can just go ahead and put a piece on it. Build your base a little bit, because you know, if you know that you need a couple in a certain color, but maybe you're not sure how decorated you want them to be. Okay. Okay, so just a way of doing some mask making bases. So with using a pretty cardstock, or you could, I mean, for this one, you could use ugly cardstock, because you could even turn that over and have it be white, a white back. Okay. So of course you can do the same thing with this, and as we did with these. Okay, so you could either put it on with the, like this, with that, or you could turn it over and put it on so that it's flush. Okay, and have a long piece of paper clip. So another thing that I did was I took the Post-it note page. Let's do a yellow one. Okay, and I did kind of the same idea. Okay, we can go ahead and let's do it this way. Okay, so the Post-it note can go ahead and go on here and give you a paperclip base as well. Okay, scrap papers can give you bases. We've made bases out of book page. We did that back in the April All About That Base Junk Journal Challenge, where we made our bases out of book pages. Okay, I'll pull this over. Okay, so again, you have a little bit of, okay, so another base. Here I took one of the flinch cards. Okay, and my flinch cards are right now out of copy paper, and I have some thick parchment paper. Let's see if we have a good, okay, and it's a little bit thick. It's nice. And so we can do the same thing. I mean, I know that this is like, okay, yeah, we've seen enough. Okay, so, but this is our crafty prompt for today, and that is making paperclip bases. So again, the Paper Crafty Prompts is just to help us have some ideas for on those days when we just don't know what we want to do, what we want to make, being able to make some things and have them done ahead, using up some of our scraps. And also we will have some prompts in here that are kind of fall like, so So there is that. Now the cool thing about having the base is you don't need to add your topper to this yet. You're going to be able to come back and add your topper when you realize and you know what you actually need to be able to add. So here, well, this one I did the where it's you have paper clip on both sides. You have covered paper clip on both sides. Okay. And this one is just a paper clip using the, okay, so here we have it where the green is around the outside, and here we have it where the green is on the back. So different strokes for different folks. And okay, so we have a whole bunch of these done and ready. And yeah, so which one is your favorite? Was there something that you saw that you haven't tried before? Do you want me to, I'll show you how we did this real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and use the other one that's pretty similar to this. I guess we can use this one. Okay, so we have one that's blue. So what we did here is we went ahead and took another piece of the paper. This is how I did these because they were last minute. I wasn't going to do them. And then I went ahead and I added my fabric tack, whatever your favorite glue is. I used to do hot glue for this, and until I burnt myself really bad with the hot glue, so I stopped using hot glue to do this. Okay, because the hot glue gets the metal hot, and that's how I burnt myself. Okay, so I've got my glue on the paper that's going on top. And then we'll put that down and hold it. Okay, and then I'm going to reach up here and trim this across. I thought I had the same size papers. I didn't. It's okay. Okay, now the thing about these is you can decorate both sides of this, and it can go on either side of a journal page or of some kind of a page. Let's see, or tag. So it can go across there, and you're decorated on both sides. And then you can just push some lace up in here or ribbon and have the little fluffy fur coming outside of it as well. Okay, so that is a totally hidden paper clip there, totally hidden. And then we have these. I just love how fast you can make these and how pretty they are. They make great Happy Meal. And you know, even if you're putting together like a set of stationery for somebody, you can go ahead and give them a set of paper clips as part of the gift. And I think it's really nice. You know, give them a couple stamps maybe and some stationery so that they can write a letter. Okay, so those are what I have for you today. So it is Paper Clip Base Day. Paper Clip Base Day. And so here we have several different types of paper clip bases. And remember, on these, when you're getting down towards the end and you're just trying to use these up, you can do the same thing with your ephemera. You can go ahead and you could even do like this could be a hidden, totally hidden paper clip. Okay, so we could go ahead and put one side, you know, make a paper clip out of the one side. Oh, let's grab one. Okay, let's do this. We'll make one of these real quick, and then that'll be done, right? Except now Okay, no, we're not. We're just going to make 2 of these. Because that's what I need for the journal, is I need 2 of these regular ones. Okay, so sorry about that. Teased you there. But yeah. So, and you can have these made, like the bases, just made out of something that then you can just add these on top of. Whoa, that one's smaller. Is that one? Or is this is bigger. Okay, well, there you go. Cut that down so it has a border around it. Okay. Get the glue off of it. Okay. So these could just go on one of these and be done. But I will go ahead and, oh, you know what? Okay, here we go. What if we go like this? Push that up. Oh, here's a better one. Okay, we'll take this, put it on. Okay, then we'll add our glue. Trying to use up the gobbledygook, we don't. Okay, now I'm staying a little bit on the inside of this one just because I don't want it to. Okay, then we'll come over here, go ahead and attach that. And we'll have the pretty green on one side, and we'll have this on the other side. Go ahead and trim that because we don't need that. Okay. Lots of holding here. Okay, but that's going to give me a hidden paper clip that we'll be able to put onto the side of a journal, and it will hold. Make sure we're in there correctly. Okay, pretty darn cool, I think. Whoop, gotta hold this down forever. I think my Tombow would have been better with this paper. Okay, so we'll let that dry and then we'll pull that out. Okay, so those are our paper clip bases. Which one's your favorite? And are you doing the paper crafty prompts? Which paper crafty prompt has been your favorite so far? And which ones have you done? Okay, so we did using the Post-it note. We made a couple of the hidden paper clips. Then we did one that is framed. We have our flinch card and made just the regular ticket style paper clip. Again, remember these are bases and we can come back in and decorate them more. This one is one that can come in from the side, giving us something a little different. Then we have another hidden paper clip, and we have this one ready. And we have these. I like this one. And I like these big ones. I like the way that they hold. I think they are awesome. So there we go. Paperclip day for our Paper Crafty Prompts. We also did finish our large tag ideas, embellishment ideas. And so these are our 3 that have the 4 extra items. And then we also had all these ideas as well. So using the large tag page as a flip page, using the large tag page as a page in a journal, or if it's out of cardstock, you could also use it as a cover. Here we made a 2-pocket envelope out of our large tag page. Here we used one of our tag pieces and made a little flip-up wallet style goodie. Okay, and that just goes right down in there. We used one of our tag pieces to make a little flippy tag page for inside of a journal. We also made a double tag with the pockets, and we're going to add these on and to have those on that will hold the pockets. And by doing the tag toppers on each one of these, instead of closing it off, you're able to open it. You've got a more substantial little fluff up here. I think it's really pretty. I love it with the roses. And then we have our large tag where we flip this up. We added the hinge pieces on the outside so that we have the use of the whole pocket. And it can hold something right there. We also added the hole reinforcer here, crossword puzzle, flinch card, and the heart. So yeah, so we did a bunch of ideas using large tags. The large tag files from DearJulieJulie Digital, because this time in part 3 you are required to use a large tag page. Now, if the digital you're using from DearJulieJulie does not have a large tag page, you can either use the large tag pages from another digital, including the free digital kit in the Scrap All About It with DearJulieJulie Facebook group, or you can use a large page and fold it into 3 pieces. Make your own large tags out of a large page. So find something to celebrate every day. Please go and watch another video after this one. And remember to pray for all those that are in our community. I'm getting something to drink, and I'm going over to watch the Creators Sale on Spectrum Art Creations. I hope you'll join me over there Friday and Saturday. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye. Don't forget the 4:30 flip in the morning. Bye-bye.